welcome back to BlockTV. Time for Chain Breakers, where we actually speak to the people whose work has had a disruptive impact on the blockchain and the cryptocurrency ecosystem, and of course beyond. Delighted to be joined today by Ramón. He's the CEO of 2gether. Headquartered in Madrid, 2gether aims to be the bank of the future with a big focus on customer empowerment. Their technology aims to augment and simplify customers' financial decisions and provide them with better control over both their finances and their data. Now, 2gether's collaborative model is built around its native token, the 2GT, which acts as a unit of account for user contributions, store value, intrinsically linked to the platform's transactional growth and medium of exchange now for 2gether's stakeholders within its ecosystem. Most recently, 2gether announced that they were launching a prepaid Visa debit card that allows users to spend Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, EOS, Stellar, and Litecoin, and that customers can use the card in any of 19 Eurozone countries. And before we start with, actually checking with Ramón exactly how they got to where they are, let's take a look at the company's video to understand exactly what they're doing.
2gether is not just a challenger bank aiming to displace incumbent banks. It's a collaborative banking platform that aims to dramatically improve the personal economies of its customers. We're building the financial platform that customers would build for themselves, where money goes beyond euros and dollars. 2gether will use exponential technologies to enhance and simplify financial decisions. Most importantly, revenues are shared with customers based on their individual contributions. Our technologies, including the microservices back-end architecture, big data, blockchain, and front-end modules, are already serving 2gether's beta users, all on cloud infrastructure. 2gether has been under development since September 2016, and its European beta was launched on January of this year and will be available to the 300 million people in the EU19 in the first half of the year. 2gether's collaborative model is built around its native token, the 2GT, which acts as a unit of account for user contributions, a store of value intrinsically linked to the platform's transactional growth, and a medium of exchange.
And as we said, very happy to be joined straight from Madrid. Joining us today is Ramón. He's the CEO of 2gether. And Ramón, first of all, you guys just launched, right? The what we call, what we synonymously call here the prepaid Visa debit card that allows people to use their digital coins. How has it been going?
Absolutely. So we launched a couple of months ago in Spain, to try the product in production, and we extended the product to the EU19 region this Monday.
Wow.
Last Monday, right? Now the way we've done it is we've opened, the app so that clients can come in, but it will be fully opened on the 27th of March next week.
Okay.
So far, what I can say is that it's had surprisingly, well, not surprisingly, but definitely on our best estimations of community pickup. We've seen a lot of media talking about it. We've seen a lot of downloads from European countries, from all of the countries. And we're really looking forward to the launch, so it looks good.
As we said, launching next week, which is great to have you on today. Talk to me a little bit, first of all, the 19 Eurozone countries, which are they? Or some of them?
Well, the biggest countries would be Germany, France, Italy, Spain, the Netherlands. Then all the other Western European countries such as Belgium, Austria, and then all the way to small countries like Malta. So it's basically everywhere where the euro is the main fiat currency.
Now, 2gether clearly aims to revolutionize banking. Talk to us how you work, what it does exactly and how you see yourselves developing when it comes to getting more people, and by that I mean, just citizens, to view you as the new form of banking.
Absolutely. So 2gether is very bold on the possibilities that blockchain is going to bring to the world in the future. So, in our vision, we intend to pioneer and definitely contribute to that vision. In that sense, the boldest thing about blockchain is its ability to create incentive-based economies. That's what we've created from start. That enables you to provide a service where the client is much more than a client. It's actually a co-owner.
Right.
It's in the funding. He participates in the decisions. It's not only free, but he captures 100% of the margin contribution that he generates for the platform. And eventually, if the project goes well, much of the value that is created, it's actually brought to the client in a potential 2GT appreciation. So that's the most important thing about 2gether, and we have started the project and we've launched the first MVP already with that functionality. That's one very relevant thing. Now, another relevant thing that we're doing from start is trying to take crypto, so to build, to give our own contribution to make digital assets mainstream. So in fact, you were saying that with 2gether's prepaid card, you can pay against your crypto balance. That's right, but it's not only that. Right. So basically, in 2gether, everything you can do with your euros, absolutely everything, you can do it with your crypto. In fact, there's only one thing that cannot be done, which is withdrawing crypto directly from ATMs, and we're working on it. So basically, our value proposition there from a utility perspective is everything you do with your euros, you do it with your crypto, and you do it all from the same interface.
If anything's going to lead to mass adoption, it's that. Let me ask you this now. What are the issues you're facing right now by, in creating and getting to that dream, the full-on dream that this is the new banking system? Because as you said, currently ATMs are not issuing cryptos.
Yeah.
So, but what other issues in terms of,
But it's not impossible. It can be done. So, a tricky one is how you do this in a very legitimate and legal way when it's still not regulated. So one of the issues is how to do it as well as possible without being regulated. So our solution to that is from our own token, for example. When we were developing everything, Malta came out with their draft of the regulation of blockchain. We analyzed it deeply. We realized that it was very well done, but it supposed quite a bit of effort and money from our side. But we definitely took the decision to go there to have our own token regulated by a European country. On the transactional front with crypto, for example, we have a very, very strong, a very close relationship with Visa. We have been very transparent with them in the last 2 years. They know how we do things. They know we try to do them well. They know we try to communicate well. And, that's why they enable us to provide this service. Because, we have been able to convince them that there's nothing wrong about it. Finally, for example, on the regulatory front, we have developed our own AML policy that applies to euros and crypto. And it's a quite severe one because, we do want 2gether to be employed for listed purposes. So that's a big challenge. That's, the first one, regulatory challenge. And the other one is,
No, go ahead. And the other one is?
The other one is, of course, market traction, right? I mean, we are very convinced that we are going to bring something very big to the world. We really think it's good from the start, right? But we need to convince people. So we are on that path.
You're not alone that many people within the sphere are facing that. That said, security, how much of an issue is that? Because that's one of the things that people, are always looking for in a bank. How do you guarantee, if I were your client, that security in this genre is that it exists?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, and it's a very fair concern to any client that wants to have a banking service. So, regarding security, we have two worlds in 2gether, the Euro world and the crypto world. On the Euro front, we work with an electronic money institution that is supervised by the Bank of Spain. And they themselves have the euros custodied in a tier 1 bank, specifically in Santander. So, on the Euro front, everything is supervised by a Western European country supervisor. On the crypto front, we have several contextual uses of the crypto in 2gether. People can manage their sort of current accounts and pay with a card. People can buy and sell crypto, and people can save their crypto on what we call tick boxes. The first two, we work directly with the exchanges. So our security is the exchange's securities, all the security we bring. On the third one, we
Do you work with all the exchanges, or do you select which exchanges you work with?
Right now, from start, we're working with Kraken. Kraken Exchange. We are already connected to another 6 exchanges, and we are internally working on, building the capability to have best execution for our clients. Our idea there is to, everything we do to improve the experience of the client, to reduce the costs. We never charge a markup on top of what others charge. But for us, it's important to get them the best price and the lowest markup. So we are connected to 7, and very soon we will be working with all of them.
All right. Now, let me ask you this, because you're sitting in Europe and you're clearly an evangelist. One can see you are a blockchain believer. That's, are doing the whole idea of changing the bank system. I think, 2gether is one of the best examples of actually trying to do that. Do you find that in Europe, because, one can, at the end of the day, the world's citizens are not really educated on blockchain and cryptocurrencies. It's a sphere right now. Do you find that Europe is getting more receptive? It's more receptive to this new form of, be it banking or new form of, assets? Is there more understanding by governments, not just Malta and Gibraltar, but that they have to take part in this?
Absolutely. I mean, every day. And it's so... blockchain is a very bold disruptor. In fact, it's not like any other disruptor. It's a foundational technology that is going to change, its infrastructure for a new way to understand the economy. And it has many, many applications that, it's once you get your head around it, it's very clear that they will take over eventually, right? Now, of course, the pioneers become aware of this first, and then other people start to come in, but I do see that every single day or week, there is some new institutional agent that is coming in strongly, right? So from the regulatory perspective, exactly. In January, both ESMA and the FCA released papers saying that this had to be regulated, and regulated specifically like Malta. You see institutional investors coming in because they see that, digital assets are going to be so much more efficient for exchange and custody purposes. So you see Fidelity coming in, New York Stock Exchange, you see SIX in Europe, you see Julius Baer. Every single week there is somebody coming in strongly. Right. And from the consumer perspective, again, people every day more people understand it, see what can be done, and they're starting to be interested. And in fact, just to finalize my point of view here, it's very relevant because, with such a depressed values of the crypto since compared to the end of 2017.
The bear market that we're in right now, yeah.
The fundamental KPIs are actually growing, right? I think it's unstoppable.
And you clearly are, as we said, a believer. Ramón Ferez, the CEO of 2gether from Madrid, aiming to revolutionize banking with the help of, of crypto assets. Thank you so much for joining us today from Europe. This, of course, was it for us on Chain Breakers. Do not go anywhere. We will be right back.